And welcome everybody to Inside the Locker Room, episode 9 with your host, Old Dog Owen, Dope Ass Jeff, and Big Time Tony. How you doing today, fellas?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good, Tony. How about you?
Pretty good.
I'm not doing the best. The Yanks blew a terrible game today, so I'm a little PO'd.
Classic Yankees.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. Tony, how are you? Jeff, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good, Alan.
I'm good.
I don't know what it is, but our picture quality is all crystal clear. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah, we're looking good.
Yeah.
I always look good, so that's not gonna help.
Yeah, you do, Tony.
I don't know how people put up with us.
It's entertainment for people.
Yeah.
Because with us, the three of us, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much, man. All right, so should we get started, or anything you guys want to put out there before we start? You want to do breaking news now?
I don't care. We can do breaking news now. We can do breaking news to middle off the show, end of the show.
We only have one breaking news topic from what I heard. So if you guys want to discuss that topic now, we could. It's up to you guys.
I don't care.
Sure, go
All
for
right,
it.
so let's do it. So the breaking news topic is Jonathan Taylor is expected to return to the teams to the team this week.
Oh, well. I still believe that he's going to be traded. I still don't think he wants to be there. I mean, once your owner says shit like he did, why would you want to stay? I'm pretty sure he's just showing up just so he doesn't get fined. Because the more he holds out or doesn't show up for the games, the more he gets fined. So
Yeah.
I can understand why he's showing up, but at the same time, I'll be like, you know what, Ursi, kiss my ass.
Sorry, guys. My dad's blowing up my phone right now.
That's okay.
He's asking me I guess for his channel, he's asking me what Saw Trap I like best from the movies. And he's naming literally all of them one by one in separate messages. I've gotten like 30 already.
That's your dad.
Yeah, pretty much. Jeff, did you want to say anything about Jonathan Taylor?
I mean, yeah, he could return to the camp or practice or whatever, almost like what Tony said. If he doesn't, he gets fined every single day. So he's just doing it so he doesn't get fined. I don't think it's going to change the attitude he wants out of Indianapolis.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be traded too. Like Tony said, like you both said, he wants out. He's honestly, I mean, without him being injured, he's still a top 5 running back in the league. He proved that 2 years ago. He was a phenomenal running back. I mean, I just hope he could stay healthy with another team and he could still produce the way he did with Indianapolis a couple years ago.
Yeah, I hope
I
so.
agree.
All right, so topic number 1, we got the breaking news out of the way. Jeff, is there? You got a comment? What is it? What is that? Jonathan Taylor equals what?
Crickets, I think. Is that crickets?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think it's crickets.
Okay.
All right then. All right. So topic number 1 is Chiefs. Are the Chiefs repeating, or are you taking the field? Thought it'd be interesting.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go last.
I'll just get it out of the way. I got field. I don't think. I mean, the Chiefs are a great team. They'll make it far, but I just see there's other teams that can really give them a run for their money and just I don't know, doing it as often as they've done it is very tough to do, and I just think the other teams are now building momentum to beat them now. So I'm taking the field. I'm not taking the Chiefs this year.
I'm going to take the field for the one simple fact is that there has not been a repeat champion return to the Super Bowl in damn near 20 years.
Wow.
I mean,
Damn.
The last thing we do was the Seahawks. So yeah, I mean, the Chiefs have some firepower and the weapons to do it. Repeating is just a hard thing to do in the NFL.
Well, I am agreeing with you guys. I'm taking the field. Look, Mahomes may have Josh Allen's number pretty much year in and year out in the postseason, but I feel like this could be the year Josh Allen and the Bills figure out Mahomes and the Chiefs. I think the Bills honestly could go all the way, and I think the only team that really stands in their way is the Chiefs. But I feel that the Bills may have figured them out finally in the postseason. Like you guys said, there's other teams out there that are building momentum and that are going to be competing just like the Chiefs are. And frankly, I don't see the Chiefs repeating. It's been a long time since that's happened. So I'm taking the field.
You got a lot of confidence in the Bills.
Look, man, I like Josh Allen. I always have. I think he's a good quarterback. I mean, yeah, he chokes quite a bit, but I mean, I still think he's good. I know it's coming. I know a Super Bowl title for him is coming in the future. I know it is. Call me crazy, but I got a feeling, man. May not be this year, but it's coming.
Okay, crazy.
All right. Topic number 2. This honestly follows what we really were talking about with the Chiefs topic. With topic 1, are the Chiefs a dynasty? I'll go last again.
I'm going to say no. They're a very good team, but there's a few factors that the Chiefs need to do in order to become a dynasty. They need to at least win one more Super Bowl. If they win one more Super Bowl, then we can classify them as a dynasty. Until that happens, they're just a team that's a dynasty in the making, or just a very good team.
Jeff?
I'm in between yes and no for the reasons that Tony said, but then I'm also looking at how often they do make the Super Bowl and how good they have been. I think that is a dynasty. To be able to do that consistently in the NFL is a very tough thing to do. And to me, I'm going to lean more towards yes, because they have won the Super Bowls and they have continued to be good. It's like they'll be good for like 2 years and they fall off for another 2. They are consistently good. So to me, that's somewhat of a dynasty. And what they've built there with the core guys that they have around in that organization, that's why I'm calling it a dynasty.
I'm not going to call it a dynasty, but do they have the quarterback that they can build around to make that team a dynasty? Absolutely. I believe Pat Mahomes is that guy. Do I think they're there yet? Not yet. I like Tony said, give them another Super Bowl, 1 or 2 more Super Bowls, and yeah, maybe we can call them a dynasty. But I don't think they're there yet. They've been in multiple Super Bowls. We've seen them win a couple. We've seen them lose. How many Mahomes lost? 1 or 2?
Just 1.
1. Okay, so he's 2-1 in the Super Bowl.
1 against Tampa Bay.
Okay, that's right. He's 2-1 in the Super Bowl. I mean, he's been to 3. He's still young, and that's impressive at his age. I think he's like 25 or 26. That is very impressive. He's young and he's already won 2. He's been to 3. I just think they're not there yet. Like I said, they have the quarterback already to make a dynasty. I just think give him another title, and we're there.
I agree with that. Like I said, you need to at least win 3 championships.
Yeah.
Even to be discussed as being a dynasty.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, until somebody can physically dethrone them, they're on the verge of becoming a dynasty. It's just going to
Absolutely.
take, I don't know, maybe a year or two. Maybe I'll give them 3 years. If they would have
Yeah.
done a Super Bowl in 3 years, they're a dynasty.
Yeah. All right, so the next topic we have is number 3, which is fantasy football do not draft list. Now, do you guys want to wait on this one and then go to the next topic, or how do you want to do that? Do you want to do this one next?
Let's push that towards the end, right before
Okay.
we do the last topic.
Okay. All right, so then after that topic, we have Josh Hart extension with the Knicks. Me and Tony probably have quite a bit to say about that one, being Knicks fans. Tony, if you want to go first, go ahead.
I'm excited that he re-signed. He brings excitement to the team.
Hart.
Yeah, he definitely brings heart to the. No pun intended.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's just that type of player that can help Brunson rally the team and get them going. And if we have to keep Randall, maybe they can finally get Randall to actually quit being a crybaby when things don't go his way. And
Yeah, that's a big if, man.
you already know how I feel about that situation.
Yeah, no, you know how I feel about it too. All right, so also, Jeff, do you want to go next, or?
Sure. I mean, he was great for the Knicks last year. That's someone that they really needed to make it as far as they did in the playoffs, and he did well against the Heat in the playoffs. He did really well against the Cavs in round 1. He's a very versatile defender, and his offense is really good. So it was a key re-sign for the New York Knicks for 4 years, $81 million. I think that's a fair price for him and everything that he brought to that team last year.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Like Tony said, and no pun intended, he does bring a lot of heart and energy to that team. It's just he changes the atmosphere in MSG or if they're on the road. He just brings that electrifying energy to that team. He likes to joke around, but he also is a serious player that contributes and makes everyone else around him look better. Like Tony said, I hope Randall couldn't change, and Hart and Brunson could change him, or just make him realize that you got to work as a team in order to succeed. I mean, I was very, very shocked at how well the Knicks played last year, and as a Knicks fan, I can probably honestly confidently say we'll be back in it this year, as long as Brunson and Randall are there. Hart's playing with the same energy as he was last year. We'll be back in it.
We still need to get rid of Randall.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Yeah, his days there are done to me.
Yeah.
I just feel like but Hart with him and Jalen Brunson being from Villanova and their time there and the connection that they have, I think is very special. So to keep them together is really necessary for a successful season.
Yep, I agree. All right, topic number 5. Henry Ruggs sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. So this is an interesting one. I mean, I'll be surprised though, probably not, but.
Jackass. Oh, did I say that out loud?
I honestly don't even remember why the hell he's in.
I have the stuff right here. He was caught by the Raiders while he was hospitalized following the pre-dawn crash on November 2nd, 2021. The collision killed Tina Tintor and her dog Max and injured Ruggs' passenger Kiara something Washington. I'm not even going to try and say the name. His fiance and mother of their daughter. He was going at speeds up to 156 miles per hour while drunk. So he was drinking and driving, going up 156 miles an hour, killed a girl and her dog. So that's why he's in jail.
What was he charged with? Does it say what he was charged with? Was it manslaughter? What was it?
Definitely DUI.
What, Tony?
Vehicular murder.
Was it? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Yeah. Look. First of all, he's lucky he only got 3 to 10 years. And unfortunately,
if it's a normal person, they get a lot more. If it's I'm telling you right now, if it's a normal person, he gets a lot more. But it's just because a player.
And I was just about to say that's the problem with these celebrities or professional sports players. That's the problem. You got all of them like John Morant, who technically what he did was terroristic threat in a way, and he didn't get any jail time, and he got a suspension in the NBA for 23 games. I mean, that's it. I know we're not talking about John Morant, but I'm just saying in general to prove my point. That's the problem. All these celebrities and sports players get babied.
It's mostly he's getting it for one. The excessive speed doesn't help.
Okay.
The fact that if it was just a normal accident where he was drinking and driving, he would have gotten less time.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he was doing, what was he, Jeff said, he's 156?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck was he trying to do? Go back in the time 5 times?
He watched too many Back to the Future.
What the fuck was he thinking?
He wished that he could go back to the past, I'll tell you.
Tony, was he driving a DeLorean?
Probably.
All right, I have what he was charged for. He was initially charged with DUI, reckless driving, and possession of a firearm while under the influence. That's what he was charged for initially. He did say at sentencing, "I sincerely apologize for my actions the morning of November 2nd, 2021. My actions are not a true reflection of me." Sure.
Of course it wasn't a reflection of the alcohol, you idiot. Fucking dumbass.
Tony's fired up.
No, it's just like what we talked about in the earlier podcast. People doing stupid stuff and costing their careers when any of us three would die to be in their shoes.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
He was a 0.016 or a 0.16% alcohol level. That was twice the legal limit.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty high up there. That's well over the legal limit. What the hell is the legal limit? Isn't it like 0.4 or something like that?
If it's twice, then that, so it's probably like 0.8.
0.8. Yeah, that actually, I think it's 0.8. Yeah.
But still, like you have, I don't know. It's just stupid. It's sad. It's stupid. I mean, I don't think he'll ever play again because I don't know if any team would ever want him back.
I don't think he's going to play again. I mean, you people also thought that a team was going to sign Colin Kaepernick, and it's been almost 10 years, and he's still not back in the NFL. So Henry Ruggs, fat chance.
Yeah, but Kaepernick really wasn't that good.
No, I mean, he was good for a year when he was in the Super Bowl. I mean, they lost, but I don't know. You would think someone would try to pick him up that's desperate enough. Like a real shit team. I guess nobody really wants him.
I mean, it was more of the publicity around him and everything that he did off of the field. So that's why they were like, do we really want him on our team in our locker room?
Yeah.
And all that negative look on our team. That was a big part of it.
All right. So let's move on to topic number 6. Kareem Hunt meets with the Saints and the Colts.
We're going to add one more. He actually met with the Vikings on Friday also.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. So out of those 3, I'd actually go with the Vikings now. I was going to say Saints, but I would go with the Vikings because it just seems like a better situation. They need a running back. They have good weapons on the outside. Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins. You'll get him good for about 2 games, and then he might be bad for another 3. But they need a running back, and I think he'd go great in that backfield.
He could either the Saints or the Vikings. Stay the fuck away from Indianapolis. You don't want to go to that dumpster fire.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna go. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tony.
Unless they're gonna pay you $20 million just for 1 year, stay away from that dumpster fire. And even then, I think about it.
Yeah, I got him honestly going to the Vikings. I think with Kamara only being out the first 3 weeks, I think they'll be all right for the first. I don't think it's really going to affect them too much. The Saints, but the Vikings, like Jeff said, they need a running back. I think he'd be a good fit there. And with him, if he does go somewhere else and he's not with Cleveland, that opens up a bigger monster season for Nick Chubb. So I'm leaning more towards the Vikings.
I agree. Hold on, we got a comment.
Oh, we do? All right.
Oh, just somebody saying hi to me.
Ah.
Yeah, like if I was him, I would pick the Vikings. Just get the bulk of the. I mean, with Alexander Madison, maybe would be his only competition at running back there.
Yeah,
that'd be it.
Well, like the thing with Alexander Madison is, when Dalvin Cook either was not playing because he was hurt or he just wasn't playing, or if he had an off game and it was mostly Alexander Madison getting most of the carries, I didn't see enough of Madison to really say he's an elite running back. I got to see more of the guy. I mean, yeah, he had a good workload in Minnesota, even with Dalvin Cook, but there's also been numerous games where Alexander Madison was also not playing well in a game. So, like, I got to see more of him to determine if he's going to be an elite running back or an important asset to that team. Anything else for you guys to say, or should I move on to the next topic?
You can move on to the next one. Somebody else got something to go with.
Okay. All right. So, number 7, we have the NBA schedule, the games that have been released. Jeff, I wrote them all down that's been released. I don't know if you have. I know you're a big basketball guy, so if you wrote them down, do you want to name them and we'll discuss each one?
You wrote them down.
Let's just do the important ones.
Yeah, I just wrote down. So I wrote down the opening night ones and the Christmas Day games. I think it's all that's been announced.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then the Christmas Day games are always good games, and the opening night games there's 2, and they're pretty exciting. So I figured out there's 4 games on Christmas Day and 2 on opening night. So I figured I'd list all those and we could discuss them.
Okay.
All right. So opening night we have the Denver Nuggets against the LA Lakers. What do you guys think of that matchup?
It'd be cool. It'd be fun. I'm just gonna go Denver. I think that they're gonna whoop LeBron's ass, AD's ass, who got that big dumbass contract that I'm still gonna hate for the rest of that contract's existence. So yeah, it's gonna be probably not an easy Nuggets win because LeBron will somehow have an influence on the refs, especially if it's in LA. So yeah, I'm gonna say Denver though. That Denver's gonna win.
Well, he can't flop anymore.
Yeah, I know it's a tech score every time he flops now.
Yep, it is. Yeah, Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead.
I got Denver as well. I honestly think Jokic and Murray are just gonna play lights out, and they're gonna carry their NBA Finals momentum into this season, and they're just gonna start off strong.
I'm going with Denver as well. Simply for the simple fact is there's no guarantee that AD is going to be available for the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
He might stub a pinky toe or something and be out for like a half a year. The Lakers really haven't done any offseason moves that's weren't any major change that's going to give them an edge on anything. So, I mean, it's still going to be basically carried by the flop. So, I mean, this is going to be I don't think it's going to be a blowout because it's an opening night. Both teams probably won't be in physical shape fully. So it's probably going to be one of those close, sloppy type games. But I still got Denver.
Next team we have is the Warriors against the Suns.
Ooh, that one's going to be interesting. I really don't know what I'm going to think of the Warriors yet with CP, but Will, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm going to go with the Warriors probably in this one, because Suns, yes, they have KD. Yes, they have Beal. Yes, they have Devin Booker. Yes, they have Ayton. They've never played a game together, whereas most of the group that's in Golden State has played a game together, and I think CP is just going to add to what Curry can already do. So I think that we'll see that on full display in opening night.
Yeah, sorry, Will. I also have the Warriors. Like Jeff said, he made a really good point. You know, Bradley Beal, KD, Devin Booker, they all haven't played together. I mean, besides Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. But, you know, Bradley Beal is also another player that's hurt all the time. And who knows if they'll even be healthy come opening day. I mean, you know, this preseason, they could get hurt in preseason if they do play, you know, a couple of minutes each quarter or a little bit in the first half or so. I mean, anything can happen. There's like, I think they play like 8 games in preseason. Anything can happen. So, and with how Bradley Beal and KD is hurt so much, I wouldn't be surprised if the minutes they played in preseason, they got hurt. So I got Warriors.
I got Warriors as well. Just for the simple fact that even though you're adding Chris Paul, it's not like you're adding a major piece. He's going to be coming off the bench, if anything. Even if he does start, he's a veteran that knows how to run a team. So I mean, having to deal with Steph dribble ability, and then having to deal with Chris Paul's dribble ability, it's going to be a nightmare for Phoenix.
All right, so we all agree on that topic.
And again, there's not 100% KD or Bradley Beal will be playing.
Exactly. All right, so on to the Christmas Day games. I have them listed as it was listed on CBS Sports. In order, I have the New York Knicks versus the Milwaukee Bucks. I hate to say it, but the Knicks are going to lose. I got the Bucks. If Giannis is fully healthy, forget it. The Bucks are going to own us on Christmas.
I swear, I feel the NBA hates the Knicks.
They do. Dude, so does fucking 2K. Are you kidding me? You know how much disrespect the Knicks get on 2K?
I don't know. That could be a toss-up.
Are you serious?
But I still got Bucks all the way, man. And I'm a Knicks fan.
I mean, Milwaukee really hasn't made a big splash in the free agency.
They don't need to.
I mean, okay, so now you're going to try to make Giannis into LeBron?
He's better at the moment, yes.
The one player can't beat 5.
There's Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Baruch Lopez. I think that starting 5 is beating your guys' starting 5 to begin with, and then their bench, I think, is better than yours. So
that I disagree with you on. I think the Knicks bench is probably one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
That I gotta disagree with you on. As a Knicks fan, I'm even gonna disagree on that one. The Knicks bench is top 5 in the league, maybe top 3.
I'm not going to go that far, but yeah, it's better than Milwaukee's bench.
It's better than Milwaukee's bench, I think. In my opinion, I think Knicks bench is better.
I just think, Giannis is going to be too much, especially if he's fully healthy. So, it'll be a close game. I'm not going to say it's a blowout, guys. I'm going to say probably about a 120-112 loss for you guys on Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think we're going to lose, but I think it's going to be close. All right, so the next game we got is the Heat versus the Sixers. I'll go last. Who wants to go first? Jeff, it's your team, my guy. Go ahead.
Heat. I'm going to root for the Heat. I'm not going to talk about Harden too much because he's coming up later. I mean, if he sticks to what he said, he's not going to be playing. Who knows what's going to happen there? So I don't think Embiid can beat the entire Heat team by himself. So I just think it's going to be Heat win on Christmas.
I disagree. Here's why. It depends what Heat team we get. It depends on what Jimmy Butler we get that night. If we get Jimmy Butler that's on fire, Jimmy Buckets all night, it's over. Heat are taking it. But if it's Jimmy Buckets that's having a bad night, it's going to the Sixers. Embiid tends to show out on Christmas. He always does. I got Sixers just for that reason. It just depends on what Heat team shows up.
Are we sure Embiid's will be in Philadelphia during Christmas?
He's gonna be in Philly, man. Come on. He ain't going anywhere.
Are we sure Harden's going to be in Philadelphia during Christmas?
Harden probably won't,
he's
but
not going
Embiid
to play
will.
it. He's not going to play. He's not playing.
What, Harden? No, he's not gonna play, but Embiid's gonna be there. Embiid ain't going to New York.
Because there already been talks about him being traded.
I mean, if they're not there, then the Heat are taking it like no problem. But I just don't see. Speaking of Embiid with going to New York, I don't think it's happening. I mean, I know what Jeff was saying the last episode or a couple episodes ago that his highest destination is the Knicks, but I just, as a Knicks fan, I want to believe it, but I just being a Knicks fan, I don't believe it. If that makes sense.
I'm just saying that game right there just is going to be a pointless game. Miami's going to win that game regardless. It's just too much distraction going on in Philadelphia. Like I said, there's no guarantee either one of them is going to still be in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So that's. I mean, that game was scheduled, with them thinking, okay, Harden would be there, and then they didn't plan out this drama coming through. I don't know why. It's James Harden. He's done it for the last 3 fucking years.
I'll be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom.
Okay.
All right.
There he go, mess up the flow of the show.
Yeah, I know. He has the games. Fuck it. Let me try and find them. He has all the games written down. I don't have anything. I didn't have time to do that shit. Where is it? Folks, welcome to live.
I think there should be one more.
No, there's like 3 or 4 more, he said. And of course, I can go. Yeah, there's a lot on Christmas. Fucking Devontae Graham got suspended for 2 games for pleading guilty to a DWI charge from the summer 2022. Dumbass.
These fucking idiots always getting suspended for dumb shit.
I mean, hey, he admitted it. I guess it's good for him. Yeah, he forgot that he didn't have any of us writing it down. Well, where is the schedule? Whoa, did you not tweet the schedule? You think he'd go to the bathroom before coming, right? On the podcast?
Yeah, that would be smart.
But he knows he has a ladder of a fucking mouse.
Okay, we already talked about. Oh, the other one is.
Where's all the fucking games? Anthony Davis, that was last week. Alright. Okay. Dallas Mavericks will meet the Suns. Okay, so Dallas at Phoenix.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Phoenix. I went against them for opening night. I'm gonna go with them on Christmas. I think it's gonna be a Merry Christmas to Will. I'm gonna say Suns win that one.
Did we talk about the Lakers Celtics?
No, because we didn't know the Lakers Celtics because you got the list.
And how did you know it was the Suns and Mavs?
Because we were trying to find out the Games Award.
Can I just sit here and look it up? I didn't have anything.
Well, did you guys predict for your Suns Mavs game?
I mean, I said Suns because I went against them. I think that they're gonna give Will a very Merry Christmas.
Tony, did you predict or?
I'm gonna go with Suns because by then they should have some form of continuity together as a team.
Yeah, I got Suns as well. I think Beal, Durant, Booker should be in full form. They should have chemistry. They should be connecting on all cylinders here. So I got Suns. Definitely gonna be a good Christmas gift to Will. Yeah, I got Suns.
So what's the next one?
Lakers versus Celtics. That one's easy.
It's Celtics. Celtics. As much as I hate it, as much as I hate to say Celtics, I'll pick them over the Lakers any day. Just Tatum, Jaylen Brown, whoever they get at point guard, Porzingis if he's healthy by then. I can't stand the Lakers. I want to see them lose on Christmas. That'll make me happy.
I have 305 million reasons to pick the Celtics.
Well, if you name them all, we'll be on here for like 3 weeks.
You just completely missed that joke.
Yeah, I did.
Jaylen Brown, $305 million contract?
Oh, yeah, I completely, literally overlooked that.
I got the Celtics. Those two always play each other hard, but yeah, like I said, there's no guarantee AD's going to be available.
Yeah, I mean, he might slip and fall on a water spill and be out a month.
He might cut his finger wrapping a present. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I got Celtics all the way. That's an easy one. I really honestly think LeBron is just, I don't think he's the same as I mean, he's not the GOAT. I'm going to assure you that right now. Is he a good player? Yes, but I just don't think he's the same as he was. AD is a walking hospital bill. He's never guaranteed to play. Austin Reeves is overhyped. D'Angelo Russell's hit and miss. And the Celtics with Tatum and Brown, if Porzingis is healthy, yeah, the Celtics will win that game easily. All right, next topic, we have Joe Burrow expected to play week 1. For all your fantasy guys out there who have him, you should be thrilled.
It's great progress from what we initially saw, because again, that video was very scary. You would think it was like an ACL or a hamstring injury, which could be months. But to hear that he's working out ahead of the preseason game the other night against the Packers, throwing 50-yard passes, is a very good sign. And that he's going to hopefully play week 1 is a very, very good sign compared to what we saw in that video a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I have him in a league as a keeper, and I wasn't going to keep him for that reason because I thought he was going to be out multiple weeks, so I am happy about that. He's definitely going to be a keeper. But yeah, I mean, from what we heard, it seemed like it was going to be pretty bad. Like we thought he was going to be out multiple weeks, most of the season. And to hear that he's going to is expected to play week 1 is big, huge news for the Bengals. Very good news. I don't even know their backup QB, so to have Burrow ready for week 1 is very, very big.
personally, I don't think he should rush it. They're playing the Browns for crying out loud in week 1. I'm pretty sure there's no need for him to rush back. I mean, if he's not 100%, don't come back. Don't come on the field to 100%. Even Jamar Chase even said that. He goes, "I don't want to see Joe Burrows in week 1 when he's not 100%. It's not worth risking the season, especially if you're playing the Browns in the first game."
Yeah, I mean, I agree on that extent. I do agree to that extent. I mean, like Tony said, they're playing the Browns. They're not good. They're not a good team, and they haven't been for years. But yeah, I don't think they should have. They probably shouldn't rush it. But I mean, it's whatever they decide, I guess. But I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, it's good that he's coming back and he thinks he's healthy enough. But like Tony said, don't rush it, especially not against a shit team.
Like I said, if he's 100%, I'm all for it. If he's not, don't rush it.
Yeah.
If you gotta look at their schedule, they got the Browns week 1. Okay, they got the Bengals in week 2.
Who? What?
The Ravens. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Tony! This is 3 times now. You got Lamar Odom, you got Russell Westbrook, and now you got the Bengals are playing the Bengals.
And they got the Rams in week 3.
Jackson a fool right here.
And the Titans in week 4. I mean, the only game that's going to in danger of losing is against the Ravens.
Sure, not against the Bengals. That'll be a tough game.
Bye week's a tough game too.
Bye week's a tough game too. It's almost as tough as playing themselves.
Hey, you never know with practice. And you got the Cardinals in week 5. So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no need to rush him.
Yeah, if he's not 100%, don't play him against the Browns. If they lose, it's all right. You know, if he comes back fully healthy against the Ravens in week 2, I think they beat the Ravens easily.
Yeah, there's no need to rush it.
I agree. All right, so the next topic we have, number 9, Kobe's rating in 2K24 is a 100 overall.
There you go. Tony's getting it now.
Yeah.
We got to keep the comedy going on the show as well.
Okay, so Kobe being 100 overall in 2K24?
Kobe's rating is 100 overall in 2K24. What do we think of that?
I didn't even know it was possible to get a 100 rating in the video.
Yeah,
Dude, neither did.
I thought it was
Look,
99.
I don't want to say anything, but I feel like the only reason he's 100 overall is honestly because he died. I really feel like that's why they did it.
Which, I mean, I'm okay with. It's just...
I mean, I don't care, but I think it's the main reason, though. I'm almost convinced.
I'm just not used to any game where you have a rating of 100 for a player.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it online. I was like, well, this can't be true. And I mean, I saw multiple links on Google from reliable sources. I'm like, well, maybe it's true. I mean, I don't know. I tried to dive deep into it, and I couldn't find anything else.
I mean, that might have to be something we have to wait to see when the game is actually released.
Wasn't there a player though in Madden that was 100 overall? Wasn't it Randy Moss or who was it?
I don't think there was ever a 100 rated player in Madden. I think 99
sure?
is the highest they go.
Jeff, look that up. See if there was a player in Madden that was ever 100 overall. I could have sworn it was Randy Moss, or it was a wide receiver that was 100 overall for a year, or it might have been a running back. I don't remember.
Seven different players have received 100 overall in Madden. One of them was Deion Sanders. He did it twice.
That's who it was. That's crazy. I did not know there was that many. I only thought there was one.
Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Shannon Sharp, Mark Kumara, Tony Boselli, Mike Alstott, and Deion Sanders, 1999 to 2000. In Madden 2000.
Wow.
What
about 2K though? Did you find anything on Kobe?
Classic version of 98 is what I'm seeing, is 98. On 2K24, the all-time version of Kobe Bryant has an overall rating of 98 with an all-around threat build. 98 overall is what I got here. There's going to be a bunch of different versions of him in the game. There's one with an 84.
That's probably his rookie year.
Yeah, that's the classic version of Kobe Bryant.
That's also
it maybe like later in the year there'll be 100 overall, but as of right now, I'm seeing 98 and 84.
I said that's probably one of the we just have to wait for the game to be released.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with Jess. I don't believe it's going to be there's 100.
Yeah, I doubt it.
But anything, I mean, we still got a month before the game comes out, so
Yeah.
anything is still possible.
All right.
Yeah.
So the next what?
You're good.
All right. Next topic we have is Sixers end trade talks with Harden and plans to bring him back.
Well, no, he's not coming back. Again, I was saying earlier, he's not, as far as what I read, he's not even going to try and come back. They ended trade talks. Sixers had periodic offseason conversations with the Clippers, Harden's desired destination, but no traction on a deal materialized. Sixers and Harden agreed to seek a trade after Harden picked up his player option for 2023-2024, but Philly believes it has a championship team with Harden and wants to find a way to make it work with him this season. Harden has been empathetic and wanting a trade, so the Sixers are setting up an uncomfortable situation to start camp. Ultimately, Philadelphia wouldn't make a trade that they believed would compromise their title hopes. That was everything there. But again, I believe I saw something that he's not going to play. He doesn't want to play.
If I was the rest of the NBA, I would tell Harden just retire.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's 3 times in 3 seasons. It's getting ridiculous. He's acting like a little 2-year-old. When he doesn't get his way, he's just not going to play. Really? Like,
it's getting pathetic. He's actually becoming worse than LeBron.
yeah,
In a way, he is. Yeah.
he's just chasing a ring and he's not winning. So when he loses, he just wants a different team, and it's bullshit. It's just stupid. Because he doesn't want to put in the hard work and dedication that he put in Houston. That's the thing. He doesn't want to do it again. So he's just going to be lazy and go from team to team, hoping to win a ring. And it's pathetic at this point.
It is. It's just turning into a big joke. I mean, I'm all for people. I mean, if you want to chase rings, go for it. But to do it the way he's doing it, it's like I said. If I was in the rest of the NBA, I would be like, just retire.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he might get you to the playoffs, but when the playoffs starts and the game's on the line, he's going to be nowhere to be found.
All right, next topic we have is Jim Harbaugh recruiting investigation falls apart and will coach this season. I don't really know much about this one, so
he was under investigation for recruiting violations. They originally had him suspended for 4 games, but that was overturned, and he's now being allowed to coach for the rest of the season.
all right.
So I'm guessing he probably did some recruiting violations, which is probably dealing with boosters or stuff like that, and I guess the investigation didn't go the way it was supposed to, or things just didn't pan out the way it was supposed to, and they found holes in the investigation. And when they suspended him for the 4 games, it was overturned by the NCAA itself. So, yeah, he's allowed to coach.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't follow college football much, but I know who Jim Harbaugh is. I mean, I am pretty much everybody who follows sports does. I don't have much to say about it. Like I said, I don't follow it much, but I mean, he's coaching, so, and I know he's a damn good coach at that.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan needs him. As a Michigan fan, I don't really watch too much, but I know that my dad does. So they do need him for all the games that he can coach. So to have him back for a full season is very, very important to their success there at Michigan.
So I'm sure your dad's probably happy then.
Oh yeah, he's happy about it.
All right, next topic we have is Damar Hamlin returns after last season's scare.
Yeah, he played in his first preseason game this weekend for the Bills. For those who don't remember, last year during the Cincinnati game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He went into cardiac arrest after a hit.
Yeah, cardiac arrest.
And so he was actually medically cleared to play, and he stepped on the field for the first time this past weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a very, very good sign. I wish him the best. I wish him all the luck in the world. I watched the game of what happened to him on TV last season. Very scary to watch. I'm glad he's recovering and he's almost fully healthy. I just hope he could still have a great career with the Bills or wherever he goes next, or if he I just hope he has a good career and he stays healthy. But yeah, I'm just glad because he really he brings a lot of with him having that injury and then coming back, it shows a lot of courage. It shows a lot of heart. It's really good to see.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching sports for a long time. That was probably the scariest moment I've ever witnessed watching a live sports broadcast. He's like he made a hit and just didn't get up, which is sad, scary for everyone that watched it at the stadium, his family. So for him to be able to get back out on the field is remarkable progress from what we saw last season. It's just incredible that he's walking because we didn't even know that like what damage would have been done to his back or his neck. So for him to be able to continue his career is very, very special, very, very great to see. And again, I wish him nothing but the best in his career.
Tony?
I started off the segment.
What?
I was the one who started it off.
Oh, did you? Oh, damn. All right, so next topic we have is preseason injury update. I don't know who's hurt right now, so if anybody's got it written down or popped up, please share.
I only have 2, and it goes along with my training camp, NFL signings and extensions that I do every week. The 2 that I got from training camp is Texans offensive tackle Titus Howard. He broke his hand. He's going to be out in a few weeks. And Marlon Mack, who we talked about last week, who got signed, he's now out for the season with a torn Achilles. So he signed somewhere, and a few days later at practice, he tore his Achilles. So he's going to be out for the entire season. Those are the only 2 that I have, and I'm sure that there was some during the preseason games, but I didn't watch them or have time to look for anything.
Talk about having shit luck.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, he's getting his money, so I mean,
yeah.
I guess.
But I think he'd rather play than get the money.
Yeah.
Now, there was a injury that happened in Miami.
Yeah, Waddle. Yeah.
Yep, Jalen Waddle. His abdomen, they don't have a return table for him. Right now, he's doing his rehab process. That was the only one that I knew of that was an additional to.
Do you want me to name off the NFL signings that I have here? Because I can just do that now, and then we'll move on to the other one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, name off the signs. I'm just checking injuries.
Okay. Rams signed safety John Johnson III. He was on the team a few years ago. Now he's back with the Rams. He's a pretty good safety, which the Rams need to rebuild their defense a little bit. So I think that's a good signing for them.
Is that it?
No, there's more. I don't know if you guys have anything else to say on that.
Not really.
No? Okay. Line signed quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. I think it's a good signing to have that kind of a backup quarterback right behind Jared Goff in case anything happens to him.
Yeah, I like that signing too. Bridgewater's not bad. I mean, Jared Goff, he wasn't really hurt much last year, so I mean, you know, like you said, if anything does happen, they got a decent quarterback to back up Jared Goff. So that's a good signing.
Patriots signed outside linebacker Trey Flowers. He was with the team a few years ago. He went to the Lions for a few years. Now he's back with the Patriots. That's pretty much it on that. And Lions re-signed wide receiver Khalif Raymond to a 2-year deal. He's their kick returner and a wide receiver. So that's a re-signing there. That is it for any signing.
All right.
So we do have another injury. This one's a season-ending injury. Eagles linebacker Sean Bradley will miss the remainder of the season after tearing an Achilles in Saturday's preseason opener against the Baltimore Ravens. So the Eagles are down a linebacker.
Because that they signed 2 last week, ain't it? They signed
Devontae Adams. All-Pro receiver Devontae Adams limped off the field during a joint practice with the San Francisco 49ers on Friday with what appeared to be a right leg injury.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for the Raiders.
I hope it's nothing serious.
So, yeah, those are the 2 that I found so far. Yeah, so those are the 2 that we did not know about.
All right. Any more?
Nope, that's it so far.
All right, so we have 2 topics left. We have the top 100 players of 2023. We're going to be doing 100 to 75, and then we have the fantasy football do not draft list. Which one are we doing first?
Let's do the fantasy football one first.
Okay. All right, so I have them all written down.
Short list.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's only 10. So the way we want to do this, guys, is I'm gonna list them in order, and then we're gonna say whether we would draft them or not draft them. Just letting everybody know that's watching. So number 1 on the list is Breece Hall. Who wants to go first? Would you draft him or would you not draft him?
I would draft him.
I agree.
I would draft him.
I mean, yeah, he's coming off of an injury, but if he's 100% healthy,
yeah,
we seen what he could do last year with the shitty-ass quarterback.
Agreed. He had a great year last year.
So imagine what he could do with a future Hall of Famer.
Yep. So we all agree on that one. Draft. I agree as well. He proved last year he's a great running back. So he comes back fully healthy. He's gonna be just fine. I say draft him. So number 2, DeAndre Hopkins. Draft or no draft?
I wouldn't. I would not draft him. I'd pick a different wide receiver. I don't like that situation in Tennessee at all. Yes, it's Hopkins. He's going to get the ball, but how frequently is he going to get it there in Tennessee? I would just stay away from him and pick someone else.
I would draft him. I mean, he had a bad quarterback, Kyler Murray. I don't consider Kyler Murray very good. I put him on the range where Tannehill was maybe a little bit better, but after, he was just, I think, Hopkins was out 6 games last year. He came back and he still put up great numbers. So I would draft him just because he's going to be healthy all year, provided no injuries or suspensions. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Wow. Hey Brian, who won Will's league last year? Not you. This guy. Champ.
All I gotta say is Julio Jones. That's gonna be that situation all over again.
Maybe. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see.
I would not be drafting him. Not as good as he is. Yeah, I see the Julio Jones situation all over again.
All right, number 3, Mike Evans. Draft or no draft?
That's a definite draft for me. I mean, as much as it's Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans is going to get the ball. No matter what. So, Mike Evans is a draft for me.
Brian, a win is a win. You win by whether you win by 1 or 100, it's still a win, buddy.
Mike Evans. If there was somebody else throwing the ball besides Baker Mayfield, I'm sorry, his name is Baker Mayfield. I would say draft him, but you just can't rely on Mayfield getting him the ball. I wouldn't risk the draft pick for it. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. He might be a great filler to pick up if somebody's injured or have an off week, but for every day, every week, no, I wouldn't draft him.
I would draft him. I'm gonna go with Jeff here on this one. I think he's still gonna get his numbers. He's gonna get his picks. I mean, I think he's gonna have a 1,000-yard season. Number 4, we have Miles Sanders. Draft or no draft?
That's gonna be a negative.
I'm good. I had him last year. I'm good. I'm not dealing with him again. So I will just no drafts on that.
Wasn't he a 1,000-yard rusher last year?
Yeah, he was very inconsistent. In the weeks that I needed him, he did shit. In the weeks that I didn't really need him, he was great. So
I would draft him only because he's on the Panthers now, and the Panthers really don't have anybody as far as wide receivers go besides Adam Thielen, who honestly is hit and miss. I feel like Miles Sanders are going to rely on the run game a lot more, and I feel like Miles Sanders, if he's healthy and consistent, he could have a really good year. That's the only reason why I would draft him. Maybe put him in the flex spot or something.
I'm still passing.
All right, number 5. This one honestly should be don't draft for everybody. Michael Thomas.
yeah, hell no.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not dealing with this guy again. Every year I take the chance on this motherfucker.
I'm not taking him. Never. Never.
We all agree. Never. This guy's he's done. He's done.
I pick a kicker over him. I mean, I'm not gonna pick him.
Literally. I'm like I don't blame you. Like he's ridiculous. Number 6, David Montgomery. Draft or no draft?
I draft him. I drafted him last year. He did well for me. I would pick up again.
I wouldn't draft him. I had him last year in the Legends League that we're all in, and he just wasn't enough for me. He was too inconsistent. Guy had under 1,000 yards. I think he only had like just barely 800. I mean, that's not terrible, but I don't want to. I don't think he's as good as he was earlier in his career. He's been in the league like I think 6 or 7 years. He's kind of fallen off a little bit. I wouldn't draft him.
I would and put him in like a flex position.
Okay. All right. Number 7, DeAndre Swift. Draft or no draft?
I draft him and put him in my flex. I wouldn't use him as an every week running back.
I wouldn't draft him. I just don't think he's consistent enough. He had an okay year last year. He like Miles Sanders, he was inconsistent. I don't want to take the chance on Swift. I have him in your league, Tony, actually, and I'm not even keeping him as a keeper. I don't want to take the chance on him. So for me, it's no draft.
I would draft him, but I wouldn't use a high draft pick on him. I'll pick him like in the later rounds.
All right. Number 8, Alvin Kamara. Draft or no draft?
I draft him. Just if you can, just put him on IR. If you have that slot, anyone who's watching, you could put him in the IR, and then it doesn't take up a roster spot. And just grab someone for 3 weeks, and then get rid of him.
Can you put him on the IR slot when he's suspended? Because that's what he's listed under. Can you put someone in this? You can?
Yeah, you can put someone
who's out in IR. Because in fantasy baseball, you can't.
Well, I mean, I can put people who's out in the IR spot. So to me, it's like he's out. So I would
unless
think
they change the rule on it, yeah, you should be able to put him
in the IR, and then you just leave him.
All right. I would draft him as well. He may be out 3 weeks, but it's only 3 weeks. I still think he's going to come back and have a good year. I would hope so. I have him in a league, so I hope he comes back and he plays really well. I would draft him.
He's another one who I would, but no, I wouldn't use a high pick on him.
I agree. I wouldn't either.
Like a mid-late round pick, like a 3rd or 4th round pick.
Well, let me ask you something for both of you. Since we do keeper leagues, if you had him as a choice for a keeper, would you keep him? Or would you just take the chance and see if he's available to draft later on?
No.
I'll take the chance.
I'll take the chance.
I'm not wasting a keeper on him.
Okay. All right, number 9, Odell Beckham Jr. Draft or don't draft?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. I'll pass. That's a hard pass.
Again, he's another one that I will use as like a late round filler to fill out the roster.
I would draft him, but he would be sitting on the bench like every week, except when one of my wide receivers or my flex is on a bye. That's the only reason I draft him, just to have him on my bye week.
Until he can prove he can stay injury free, he's not worth it.
Okay. Number 10, Kyler Murray. Draft or don't draft? This is pretty easy.
No. I'm good. I'll stay away from him.
Yeah, I wouldn't draft him either. Kyler Murray was good a few years ago. I mean, he fell apart. I just don't know. I mean, maybe it was the injury. I don't know. He's just not good anymore. He's honestly awful. The only thing he's got going for him is his scrambling skills, and even that's subpar. I mean, he's not good anymore. He's just not. So I would not draft him.
I'm not gonna go that far. I wouldn't draft him. He'd be more of the ones that I'll look on the waiver wire, and if he's there, I'll pick him up. But yeah, he's coming off of that injury, I need to see that he can actually still move and the ball and everything else. And so I can see that, yeah, he'll be like more like a free agent pickup, if that.
Okay. So the last and final topic: top 100 NFL players of 2023. This week's episode will be numbers 100 to 75. Jeff, I saw you said you wrote them all down.
Yes, I have all of them here.
All right.
So, hold on.
What is number 100?
Hold on. So just so everybody knows, we're doing this. Is going to be a 4-part episode. Where we're doing 25 at a time. We're not going to bore everybody. We're doing all 100. Plus, I don't feel like being here for like 3 hours doing all 100.
Yeah, dude, I don't blame you. I got work in the morning. I got to be up at 6. I don't feel like being on here till 10 o'clock at night.
So who hit the number 100 spot, Jeff?
Number 100 is Philadelphia's wide receiver Devonta Smith with 95 receptions for 1,196 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Damn, you did your research, my guy.
Yes, I have stats here.
Okay, I like that. That's a good idea.
Just to prove why they were where they were ranked. I mean, 100 is good for a second-year player.
Yeah, Tony, what do you think about this? Should he be higher or should he stay where he's at?
What?
Lower, I mean.
I know it's the Eagles, Tony. I know it's the Eagles, but let's be fair here. It's his second year, and to be the number 100 player in the league, I think, is something special.
I think he should be in the lower 90s. I think he should be somewhere like around 91, 92 instead of 100, because he did have an impressive season as a rookie. Well, no, second year.
Second year, yeah.
His third year.
Yeah.
It was still impressive.
Yeah. I agree with Tony. I think he should be around there. He had a great year last year, and I think he's only going to get better. Him and A.J. Brown, which I'm sure he's on the list at some point, both a dangerous duo. So I believe Devonta Smith is going to be a great wide receiver in this league. So, yeah, I think a lower 90s. I agree with Tony.
Okay, well, Tony's not going to like this next one. Number 99 is Dallas defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. He had 64 tackles last year and 6 sacks. So,
I'm actually okay with that.
Wow, holy! I didn't see that one coming. I think that's fair to him. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair as well. I'd even switch him for Devonta Smith, to be honest.
I mean, the Marcus West should be like in like the mid 90s, not the high end 90s, but the mid 90s.
Okay, this one's gonna be quick. Number 98, Tampa Bay offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs. He made the Pro Bowl last season. For offensive tackles, there's not really much stats on them. That was pretty much the only thing that I could find was that he made the Pro Bowl. So I guess high 90s is a good spot for offensive tackle.
Here's my thing with offensive. It's hard to rate offensive linemen.
Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
I mean,
He blocked.
No, I'm not talking about you. I mean, offensive linemen should have their own separate rankings compared to everybody else, because there's only basically like 2 stats you have for offensive linemen: pancakes and sacks given up. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So they should have been separate from the rest of the league, as far as they should have their own like top like 50 or something, whatever it is. Because I'm pretty sure there's not 100. Well, maybe there is 100 offensive linemen, but you know what I'm saying. They shouldn't have been on the list. It should be just either skilled players.
Yeah, anything on that, Owen? I mean, it's offensive tackle. There's really nothing to say on him. Okay.
Not really. I think where he's at is a good spot. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, 97, Minnesota free safety Harrison Smith. He had 5 interceptions and 10-plus pass deflections last season. I think it's a good spot for him. High 90s. He's a good free safety. He's one of the better ones that we have in the league.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good spot for him. He has a good year. He proves to be a good player year in and year out. So I think it's a good spot.
He's a solid player. I'm okay with where he's at.
Now, this one you guys might not like. We'll see. Number 96, Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence. 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 4,113 yards with a 95.2 passer rating.
You know what? I don't mind that. I think he's only honestly going to get better. I like Trevor Lawrence. Like I said, I think he's just going to get better. Where he's at now is okay. That's fine. But if he gets better, he needs to bump up. Or go lower, whatever you want to say it.
As far as where he's at right now, I mean, he does belong in the top 100, but he should be like around, probably in like the low 80s, high 70s. But it also depends on who's in front of him. So,
yeah, I mean, I think that season last season is a good season, and 96 is a bit high for him, or low, however you want to say it. I would say, yeah, probably around 70 to 80 would be where I would put him.
he definitely should be in front of Dak Prescott.
Well, I can't make any promises there, Tony. I haven't looked at the rest of the list. I've only gone to 75. Number 95, New Orleans running back Jamal Williams led the league with 17 touchdowns last season, 1,066 yards. He was on the Detroit Lions last season.
I don't know. I think that's bullshit. I think Trevor Lawrence should swap him out. I think Trevor Lawrence is better than him. I mean, I know they're different positions, but I don't know. Jamal, he's okay. I don't think he's that. I don't know. I don't say about that one.
He's right where he should be.
Number 94, Washington Commanders. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin. He made the Pro Bowl last season with 77 receptions, 1,191 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
All right, you know what? I think he should be lower on that list because year in and year out, we have quarterback issues year in and year out, and he still puts up over 1,000 yards every year. This guy shows up, shows out every year, and he gets hated on. I think he should have a better number than that. That's just me though, because I'm a Commanders fan, so I don't know.
If he was on any other team, he would have been in a different spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
He would have been more closer to like the top 50.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I think that number is absolutely. I think it's honestly, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I have the list in front of me, and I think he's better than probably most of them in front of him, which you guys will find out who they are.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if we're going to go that route, I think Terry McLaurin in the league, he's top 10, top 15 wide receiver. Just think about it. Top 5, you get Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, DeAndre Hopkins, Davante Adams. Justin Jefferson, Davante Adams, Jamar Chase, and then you got 2 more I named before. I don't remember who it was. But
Diggs.
Terry McLaurin, Diggs. So there's your top 4. I think Terry McLaurin would fit in top 10, top 15. That's just me, though.
All right.
As far as not top 10, top 15.
No, I know.
The NFL, but yeah,
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Wide receivers. Number 93, Los Angeles Chargers middle linebacker Eric Kendricks. He had a total of 137 tackles last season for the Minnesota Vikings. He's now on the Chargers.
Damn. I like that spot, man. That ain't bad.
What, Tony?
He's gonna make that Chargers defense be better.
Yeah. They need a middle linebacker like that.
Yeah, he deserves to be in the spot. I mean, maybe high 90s, high 80s, maybe low 90s, where he's at right now. So,
hmm Yeah, it's a good spot for him, I think. Number 92, Baltimore cornerback, Marlon Humphrey. He had 3 interceptions, 3 sacks, and 71 tackles. I mean, I don't know if he even belongs on top 100 because I had him in in fantasy last season, and to me, he didn't do that well as what he did the previous season of why I drafted him. So, I mean, yeah, that's a good season, but I think he's capable of a lot more than just that.
I agree.
I forgot he was in the league.
I mean, he was injured a few games last season too, so that didn't help. All right, number 91, Minnesota running back Dalvin Cook, 1,173 rushing yards, 295 receiving yards, and 10 touchdowns. He was listed at number 60 on this list last year, so he's all the way down to 91.
Okay, so I could actually see why he went down. It kind of makes sense with he was okay. He was good last year, but I do agree with him going down.
Running backs are hard to judge by. Personally, I feel like he's where he's at because of injuries.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, hopefully, when he signs on to somebody, maybe he'll have a better bounce back year. Like I said, he didn't do too bad in Minnesota. He was just injured for a couple of games.
All right, this one is the one I'm talking about that Owen might get upset with, that Terry McLaurin is behind. Newly acquired Tennessee wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, 64 receptions, 717 yards, and 3 touchdowns last season. He was number 53 a season ago on this list. He's number 90. He's ahead of Terry McLaurin. He's 90. McLaurin was 94.
And what was Hopkins?
90.
No, I actually agree with that. Hopkins, he may have been suspended last year, but year in and year out before that, he put up great numbers. I think he earned that spot. And I actually think he should be lower with a better number. To be honest, I think he's better than McLaurin, just for the fact that he's been in the league longer and he's produced really good numbers year in and year out. I do agree with that.
He's only there because he was suspended for the first 6 games.
Exactly.
Number 89, there's not much on him because he missed, or he only played 7 games last season. New Orleans cornerback Marshawn Lattimore. He's one of the best lockdown corners in the game. I know that. So,
yeah,
but he only played 7 seasons. There wasn't really much stats that he had in those 7 games, but he's a lockdown corner.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good spot.
No argument.
All right. Number 88, Detroit defensive end Aiden Hutchinson. In his rookie year last year, he had 3 interceptions, 9.5 sacks, and 52 tackles. For a rookie season, I think that's pretty damn good. And to be number 88 on the list is very impressive.
Yeah, I also agree with that. That's a good. He honestly was incredible last year in his rookie year. He was just a menace on the field. He was a problem for a lot of quarterbacks. So, yeah, I like him on that list. I like him where he's at.
He was a one bright spot for that awful Lions defense.
Yes.
Yep.
This one's going to be a quick one, and it's another offensive lineman. Number 87, Atlanta Falcons guard Chris Lindstrom. He was named to the Pro Bowl last season. That's it. Again, I can't get stats on offensive lineman. So I guess 87 is a good spot for him. I don't know. Next, number 86, the Chicago Bears is quarterback Justin Fields. He had 2,242 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, with 1,143 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. So he combined to have 25 touchdowns last season.
You know what? I don't mind that, but I also think he could be a better number. Justin Fields was fucking nasty last year. He was amazing. He was a problem for a lot of teams. He ran the ball really well himself. So yeah, I think that's a good spot. I mean, I also think he could have a better number too.
Trevor Lawrence will be way in front of him. All he is, Justin Fields, is a glorified running back.
All right. Houston Texans offensive tackle Laramie Tunsil. He played every snap last season, all 1,000 plus snaps, and he was named to his 3rd Pro Bowl. I think that's pretty damn impressive to play every snap.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
So 85, I think, is good for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 84, Cleveland Browns' defensive end Darius Smith with 43 tackles and 9 sacks last season.
I think that's a good spot.
He was in Minnesota last year.
Yeah, he was. He was in Minnesota last year.
Yeah, he was.
Number 83, Miami Dolphins offensive tackle Teron Armstead. He played 688 snaps and only 5 penalties, and he was named to his 4th Pro Bowl.
What is there?
I think he only had 5 penalties as an offensive lineman. That's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 688 snaps. He only had 5 penalties.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm interested to see what you guys are going to say about this one. Number 82, Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa with 3,548 total yards, 25 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions.
That's ridiculous. He shouldn't be on it that low. He's barely healthy. When he's playing, he's good. I mean, he's not bad, but I don't think he should be. I don't think he should be that. He should be ranked with that number when he's constantly hurt. That's my opinion.
He shouldn't be on the list.
Would you say he should or shouldn't?
He shouldn't.
I agree.
Because if you take Cheetah away from him, and he does nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the concussions were very unfortunate that he got, which ended his season, but, health has to be a part of it. Yes, those are good numbers, but he's not healthy enough to be able to me, be on this list ahead of these other players.
Yeah.
We've got 3 Dolphins in a row. Miami Dolphins defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. He had 98 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 16 tackles for loss last season. He was one of the best defensive tackles in the league. I think it's a good spot for him. I mean, if anything, maybe a little bit higher, I would say. Probably mid-70s, I would like him at, because he did really well last season.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Number 80, Baltimore Ravens. Tight end, Mark Andrews. 73 receptions, 847 yards, 5 touchdowns. And he played 15 games. He was also ranked number 48 on this list last year. He's all the way down to 80.
Well, maybe if the offense had receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I would put him at a better number only because there's only a select few of really, really good tight ends in the NFL, and I believe he's one of them. So I think he should have a better number.
Well, he is one of them, but like I said, the Ravens had no receivers. So I mean, people was keying on him, so his numbers wasn't what they should have been. Now, with as much we all don't like Odell Beckham too much, he is going to open the field up for Mark Andrews if he's healthy. That's the key word. He has to be healthy.
Yeah, like the defense, it was so easy for them. They just keyed in on Mark Andrews. They practically double teamed him, maybe even triple teamed him at some time, because that was the only player that they really had to worry about. Lamar throwing to.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a way better season for him this coming season. All right, number 79, San Francisco 49ers linebacker Dre Greenlaw. He had 127 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1 interception. I think he could be higher on this list because, I mean, the numbers are really, really good compared to some others that are probably on this list.
Yeah, I agree.
For a middle linebacker, that's impressive.
It is. It really is.
San Francisco 49ers safety. I'm going to screw up this name really bad. Talanoa Hufanga. He had 97 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 interceptions. He made the Pro Bowl and an All-Pro team. For a safety, I think it was his rookie year last year, too.
It was his rookie year.
That's hella impressive for his rookie year. That's right, yeah. And just got punished because Lamar was hurt. That's right, Lamar was hurt too, so that didn't help either.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, Hufanga, again, that's an amazing season for a rookie safety. So I think maybe even higher for him, maybe in the 60s.
Yeah.
Well, for a rookie safety, I mean, that's pretty much about right. Just because he was a rookie, we really have nothing to go off of except for his college career. So, I mean, for him to come into the league and make a statement like that, where he's at, I'm perfectly fine with. Let's see what he does this season.
I'm happy that this man made the list because he deserved it after how he played last season. Number 77, Seattle Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith, 4,282 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 69.8% completion percentage. I maybe even higher because Geno surprised, I believe, probably everyone last season with how he played on that Seahawks team and what they did for, or like what kind of noise that they made, because we weren't expecting the Seahawks to be good at all without Russell Wilson, and he proved us wrong with these numbers. I think it's a very impressive season from Geno Smith.
I agree. He did
My
surprise
concern
the whole league.
Is it the system that he was in? Because once Russell Wilson left that system, he became garbage. Geno Smith gets put in that system, and he basically turned into Russell Wilson. So, I mean, that's one of those where it's hard to judge by because we can't tell if it actually was him that made the improvement or if it was because of the system that he was in. Pete Carroll has always been great with putting quarterbacks in perfect position to not fail.
Yeah, it just surprised me because I looked at Geno Smith as the all-right quarterback at the most, and that's being nice. So for him to do what he did is very impressive to me. Yes, it could be that system. I think it's a great system that Pete Carroll does have going there, and that's why Russell Wilson was so successful for so long.
Exactly.
Right. Final two of this episode. Seattle cornerback Tariq Woolen. He led the league with six interceptions. He had 16 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, and 63 tackles. For a cornerback, that's very impressive to do all that in one season.
Not to mention, he's 6'4", and he's quick.
Yeah.
He has great makeup speed. And with him, it's hard to get the ball over his head because of that speed and his height.
I think he's going to be a top cornerback in the league for years and years to come.
I think he should have been like around the low 50s, maybe high 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Number 75. Last one of the episode. Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson. He had 32 tackles, 8 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. I mean, it's a good year. I think Geno should be ahead of him. Tariq should be ahead of him. Hufanga should be ahead of him. Greenlaw should be ahead of him. I mean, that's my opinion on it. But, I mean, I think that it's a good season, but not better than them.
He should have been in the 90s.
Yeah, like I'd say nicely 92, 93. It'd be nice.
He should have been higher than Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, he definitely should have been in the 90s, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's it, but I just have a little bit of breaking news. That's it. I just saw it not so long ago. We talked about Jadeveon Clowney last episode, and that he's a free agent. He visited with the Jags and the Ravens recently. There's no contract imminent, but that is the only news that there is on him, that he visited with the Jaguars and the Ravens.
Well, I think I read the Ravens did offer him a contract. He just didn't sign.
Yeah, because he had he visited with the Jags. So, if I were him, I'd probably actually it's a toss up. It's two similar situations to me. If I were to pick, I'd probably pick Jacksonville, just weather based, honestly.
I agree. Do you have anything else?
I think that's it.
That's it.
All right. So this is the end of our podcast today. And as always, we want to thank all of our wonderful viewers for spending the hour and 37 minutes with us.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Once again, we just want to we all want to thank all of our wonderful viewers for everything. We appreciate each and every one of you. Until next week, have a great week. See you next Sunday.
See ya.
See you guys.